place to be, no doubt. And I felt that this could be the place.
Right.
But it was not as definite.
Yeah.
I was close to Thomas's age because I came in June and it was in October. Wow. July, August, September, October. Then I turned 17.
Wow. I can't imagine like sending Thomas overseas and be like, have a good life.
I turned 18.
Turned 18. Got it.
Wow.
Very cool.
That's amazing. We love you guys.
Teresa Puryear, Director of Granville County Cooperative Extension. We are excited to partner with the Next Door Radio to share some of our upcoming events and activities. There is a 4-H Homeschool Club interest meeting today, February 8th from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Cooperative Extension Office. This meeting is open to homeschool families who are interested in exploring 4-H curriculum and opportunities. Agent Lina Howe will discuss club logistics and the many projects and opportunities offered to participants. Thursday, February 9th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Granville County Extension Office, there will be a field crops price risk management workshop held. Nick Lassiter from the NCDA and CS Division of Marketing will discuss how to manage price risk when marketing grain crops. Registration is available on our website. The 2023 Four-County Poultry Show interest meeting will be held on February 21st from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. All children and parents ages 5 to 18 are invited to join and discuss plans for the 2023 Four-County Poultry Show and Sale. This program provides 10 birds to each participating youth to raise, show, and sell. Each participant must show and sell 3 out of their 10 birds. Auction proceeds go to the participant and the Four-County 4-H group. Trophies and awards are to be won. The Herder O'Neill Scholarship is available. This scholarship awards $1,000 to students for tuition and books. The scholarship is open to students pursuing a college degree, associate or bachelor's, in a business-related field of study or enrolled in a diploma program that results in a degree. Applicants must be legal residents of North Carolina. All eligible applicants will be considered. The scholarship is sponsored by the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Administrative Professionals Association. Scholarship applications are due by March 10, 2023. Please visit our website for more information. As always, if you have any questions or need more information about any events, please contact us at 919-603-1350 or stop by the office between 8:30 a.m. to 5
You are listening to Next Door Radio on the Vanco Outdoor Equipment stream. Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer in Henderson.
Discover the rich history of Granville County at the Granville Museum in historic downtown Oxford. From science and military to moonshine and art gallery and so much more. The Granville Museum specializes in unique, one-of-a-kind exhibits that tells the story of Granville. Small groups are welcome and a conference room is available for group meetings. Granville Museum is a small nonprofit open Tuesday through Thursday, 10 to 4, and by appointment. Interested in membership or further information, you can contact 919-693-9706. Discover rich history of Granville County at the Granville Museum in historic downtown Oxford. For more information, 919-693-9706.
This is Louis Bowling with Looking Back into Granville County History. Berea was once known as Walnut Grove because of the many walnut trees, just as Oak Hill and Sassafras Fork, now called Stovall, got their names from trees. Stovall was also called Albin for a very short while around 1887. Its name was changed to Stovall in honor of John Stovall, who donated the land for the railroad to come through. Just across the Granville County border is Virgilina, Virginia, which takes its name from the 2 state lines it sits on, Virginia and North Carolina, so it is called Virgilina. The community of Grissom in Granville County is named for the Grissom family, especially Dr. Eugene Grissom. In that same vicinity of Granville County is a section pronounced as Hurricane because of a hurricane that came through in the late 1800s and did extensive damage. Reports from the time had a destruction zone of 2 miles wide and 10 miles long in Granville and Wake counties. When asked about the hurricane, the good folks in this section of the county near Wilton had the habit of pronouncing hurricane as hurricane. Wilton, by the way, once had a post office and was known as Ford Creek. Wilton is named for the Wilton family, especially Benjamin Wilton. The Wilton family operated the Wilton Inn before the Civil War.
It's time for local talk here on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. And good morning. Welcome to a local talk here on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. It's that mix of it's a perfect day for coffee, and it's still have a little clouds and a little wind, but it's still going to be 70 degrees today. So I'll go ahead and have my cup of coffee before it starts getting hot. Miss Kelly Seifert joins us here by way of Applied Behavioral Happiness. This is Behavioral 911. Happens every single Friday beginning at 10 a.m. How are you today?
I am so well. How are you?
I am fantastic. I appreciate you for coming in once again. Let's do our 30-second infomercial about who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So I am Kelly Siphon. I'm the owner of Applied Behavioral Happiness, where we change behavior while protecting the spirit. Can help with anything from tantrums and meltdowns to phobias and irrational fears, all the way to some of the behavioral aspects of trauma.
Ms. Kelly Siphon, of course, with Applied Behavioral Happiness. Give us a call, 919-618-9258. This is a program that really highlights everyday conversation we have with kids, or we have adults, or your siblings, or whatever it is. This show is for you. If you have any problems, Ms. Kelly is the perfect person to be able to answer any of those questions. And one of those questions here today is the fact that if a conversation arises about a student or a family member or whatnot on a special needs or a spectrum or anything like that, talk to us about that conversation of what might happen.
Sure. So we've got a mix of different situations here to consider. If we're talking, say, another student in the classroom, we've got some things we need to consider about privacy. If we're talking about somebody that we see out and about in the community, we want to make sure we're respectful to our friends in the community. So I'll focus first in on, we're talking about family members. So let's say we've got one kiddo that has one set of needs, and another kiddo that has a different set. And often what I'll see is we've got an older kiddo that has some needs, and the younger does not have as many needs. And as they start to surpass in certain skill sets, they may start to notice that difference. And how do you start that conversation about that there are differences between people and that there are differing needs between different people in the world?
And that's always such a hard conversation to have, because you don't want to offend anybody.
Mhm.
I mean, let's be honest, you don't want to offend. But it's an important one to have moving forward, especially for those younger ones that don't quite understand.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to say, full open transparency that I don't have the perfect answer for this, but I do have a lot of things that we can consider when we're having this conversation. One of the first things that we need to consider is, have questions been asked? Is there starting to be a notice of a difference? Because before that point, we can worry more about how do we make sure everybody's needs are met. And as we start to see the noticing, we can start to foster inclusion language rather than exclusion language in those moments.
Kelly Siphon joins us here by way of our video and audio today, by way of our website at nextdoorradio.com and the Nextdoor Radio app, available by Google and Apple stores. So with that is, give a couple tips on things like that, of possibly some kind of conversation that you might have. Of course, you mentioned before you don't have the perfect answer, but there's
Absolutely.
never a perfect answer really for a lot of things. Let's be
Exactly.
honest. But it is important to have the mindset of, if I come across that one day,
Mhm.
what are a couple things to kind of look out for?
So for this, I think we should start actually in that sort of community setting where we see someone with different needs. And one of the things that can be really tempting is to sort of diagnose them on the spot. Oh, that is somebody who has this or is that. And this is strange to us. We don't genuinely know what exactly is going on. Some disabilities are more visible than others, certainly. But what we can stick to is, let's say someone's having some trouble getting upstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah, different people have different strengths. It looks like that person could use some assistance on the stairs. Do you want to ask them? What are one of your strengths that you're working on? We can have, again, that inclusive language of, oh yeah, that's something that they're working on. What's something you're working on? I wonder what their really good strength is. Your really good strength is, say, drawing. You can, have that conversation of differences without othering or without, making somebody less than.
Mhm.
And as we go into the family, what we're going to start to look at is, especially in those cases of one child surpassing in skill sets with the other, is talking about what can we do to support each other. And again, talking
Mhm.
about which strengths do we use to support each other. So where one, say, may be more physically able or more emotionally, they've got more skills. Another may be able to provide a different strength that
Mhm.
brings the family together, and focusing on those pieces. As we start to talk about diagnostics, what we want to make sure we're doing is getting into the truth and the facts of the matter at the age appropriate level that we're at for the child that we're speaking with. So the conversation will evolve as kids get older.
And what is normally the age group to kind of look out for? Either the younger age, the older age, whatever it is. What is the kind of the perfect time to really start looking out for that more?
As far as like start looking
Mhm.
out for having that conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So often I'm going to start seeing, hey, well, why do they get to go to this doctor more often than me too? Or why do they get to have this? Or why do they get to do that? Those sorts of conversations occurring usually around the 3 to 5 year old
Okay.
range. So it's fairly early. We're going to start seeing some of those questions. And again, we can start to talk about the strengths of everybody and how they're different. You're going to get really deep into what does this mean, and getting into the deeper conversations usually when we get to that sort of preteen, so the 7 to 10 range. Now again, this isn't perfect kiddo to kiddo, and I'm certain there are a lot of people who go, no, it's actually here or it's actually there. I'm just taking that from my personal
Yeah.
experience.
Absolutely. And of course, you probably witnessed this with your line of work
Absolutely.
a few different times throughout the year. So this is the time of the show. Again, we appreciate you. If you have more information or questions for Miss Kelly, of course, you can reach out to her by way of her website. What's the best contact for you?
Absolutely. So you can go on the website, appliedbehavioralhappiness.com. Any of the red request appointment buttons, you can schedule a free discovery call with me, 30 minutes, just to talk about whatever you need to talk about.
Fantastic. All right, this is part of the show where we like to really highlight what's new with you, Miss Kelly. How's everything going at the farm?
Yes.
And any new programs that you have that either you're just starting or you're thinking about for long term?
Absolutely. So on the farm, I've got a couple of spots left for one-on-one sessions right now. My groups have filled, believe it or not. I
Fantastic.
may open some more. We'll see. But we've got a couple of amazing kiddos coming forward right now, and I'm really, really excited
Yeah.
about. The other thing, we had a super successful stargazing with goats about a month ago now.
Wife's
we're
still
gonna
jealous.
we're going to be putting
Yeah.
a new one in soon. Pardon me. And we're so excited about that, along with getting organized with the nutritionist
Mhm.
who's going to talk about wild foraging. Excuse me, quick sip of water. And it's just so exciting to explore all of the different ways that we can get the farm involved with providing
Mhm.
services to the community.
I mean, you're talking about ducks, goats, horses. I mean, you have a dog on campus that will,
Mhm.
be your friend if you want it to be. Rabbit, a little bit of everything that you can really do and highlight. And I love the fact that the nutrition is coming where you can literally live off the land or learn how to
Yes.
live off the land. I had a conversation just this morning with my stepdad, who my mom and my stepdad live in Franklin, North Carolina, so in the
Mhm.
mountains. He said, "Look, we were just having the conversation just the other day. I want to bring P up here. I want to be able to, live off the land." I said, "Look, I just had the conversation with my wife. I will bring him off for a month. Whenever you're ready." I said, I won't trouble you for a month, but I'll give you 2 weeks if you want it. So whenever you're ready, you can live off the land all you want to, and he'll
Oh, I
probably
love
do it.
that.
So he
Yeah.
loves that kind of stuff, and that they go out and pitch black and use their headlamps, and he would love that. And so
That's
the
so
nutrition
cool.
aspect of it, that sounds really for him. And what is the age group on that? Has she figured out the age groups for that?
Absolutely. So we're going to have one group that is sort of a toddler from like 3 to
Mhm.
5. And then we're going to have a group that is 7 to 9. Now, for those kiddos in between, we'll chit chat it all together and figure out what they do better in the younger group, the older group, and then a 13 and up.
That's so exciting. So much happening. Of course, that stargazing with goats is just awesome. Because
Yes.
if you have not been to the farm, at least I promise Kelly would probably just let you come out and check it out
Oh, yeah.
because it is awesome. There's so much wide open area. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of scenery. So
Absolutely.
you're gonna love it. What's the best place? Once again, how they get a hold of you? What's the best place to make contact with you or connect with you?
So the best place is going to be that website, appliedbehavioralhappiness.com. Any of those request appointment buttons. You can also call 984-235-1058.
Fantastic. God bless you. Thank you so much for once again coming in like you do every single Friday. She is Kelly Seif with Applied Behavioral Happiness. Of course, this is Behavioral 911. My name is Trace Knott. Until next time, God bless. We'll see you later.
Radio on the Vanco Outdoor Equipment Stream. Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer in Henderson.